What is going on, guys? Back with another video, and in today's video I wanted to cover the 20 most asked questions about the Meta Ray-Ban displays that I've been getting. And I'm sure you have a bunch of questions too. If you have any questions, go ahead and leave them down in the comments section, and I'll make a part 2 video answering all of your questions. So some of the questions that I've gotten so far, we'll go ahead and start off. The number one question is, and this isn't in any particular order, so this isn't, when I say number one, it's just the first one, not the number one question that everyone's been asking. So, does the display make you dizzy? Now, this is something that someone brought up, or a couple people have brought up in different YouTube videos, and I have to say that they haven't made me dizzy at all. I've been using them for about 2 days straight now, and I haven't gotten dizzy one time. I've used them in several different locations, including the supermarket. I actually went out and watched a professional sporting event out in the open and out in the sun, and everything was great. So the display didn't make me dizzy at all. Now, I did put the display on really bright because I wanted to make sure I could see it really good in the sunlight. And I have to say that even in extremely bright sunlight, I was able to see the display, which is awesome. So to answer that question, does the display make me dizzy? No. Now, that could differ for someone else, but for me, it hasn't. So question number 2 is, how long is the battery life? So for me, they actually lasted me all day, but the regular Meta Ray-Bans, the Gen 1s and the Gen 2s, lasted me all day as well. So it wasn't a big surprise to see that they lasted me all day with moderate usage. Now, question number 3 is how to get them. There are several different stores participating in the release of the Meta Ray-Ban displays. So one of the stores is Best Buy, and that is where I got mine from. Also, Lens Crafters, Sunglass Hut, and there are some Ray-Ban stores. There's not too many locations, but there are Ray-Ban stores that carry them as well. So those are the 4 locations that you can get them from. Now, the way that I was able to get them was I had to go into my Best Buy, and they didn't have any there in stock. However, and they also didn't have a Meta rep there either. However, they were able to actually order them for me there online. The only issue with that was that I had to guess what size frames and what size neuroband to get. And I just happened to luck out and order the right size frames and band. And that leads me to question number 4, and that is, what size and color do the frames and band come in? So the Meta Ray-Ban display frames are going to come in 2 different sizes, large and standard. And the neural wristband is going to come in 3 different sizes, 1, 2, and 3, and that's going to correspond with small, medium, and large. I have the standard Meta Ray-Ban display frames on, and I also have the size 2 neural wristband. And this is how they look on my face. Now, in regards to the frames, I feel like they're slightly loose on my head. I feel like I kind of have to pick them up a little bit. So I can imagine if I ordered the size large, they would have been way too big. So I figure I could use maybe a size smaller than this, but unfortunately there's only the large and standard, and again, these are the standard. Now, in regards to the neural wristband, I went again with the size 2 band, which is a medium. And just for quick reference, I do have an average size wrist, and I actually measured my wrist. And if you're interested, Meta can actually send you a chart that you can print, download, or print out, and you can actually cut it out and measure your wrist. Now, I went ahead and did that and measured my wrist, and my wrist measures 6.5 inches. So if you're interested, a 6.3 inch and smaller wrist is going to take the size small, which is the size 1. And a 6.3 to around a 7 or 7.3 is going to take a medium. And anything bigger than that, you're going to need a size 3 and a large. Now, the next question that I've been asked, and question number 5, is, are they waterproof or water resistant? And they are not waterproof. They are water resistant. So if there is a light drizzle and a light rain, you are able to use them still while you're on your way to get indoors. I wouldn't stay outside and consistently use them in the rain. Like perhaps if you're at maybe like a sports game or something, I wouldn't just sit there in the rain and, let the rain pour on you for hours while you're watching a game with the glasses on. However, if you're outside and, you're running a few errands and it starts to rain, you should be good to make it back home. Now, question number 6 is the neural wristband comfortable? And I have to say, yes, that the neural wristband is extremely comfortable in my opinion. And again, I got the size 2. I could have went maybe with the size 1, but I would have had to stretch it all the way out. So I went with the size 2 and tightened it all the way up, if that makes any sense. Now, again, I have had the Meta Ray-Ban displays for 24 hours. Next, question number 7, it is a question I've been getting a lot. And that is, let's say that you ordered the wrong wristband. Let's say you ordered a size 3 and you're actually a size 1, and so the wristband does not fit at all. Are you still able to use the glasses without the neural wristband? And the answer is yes. You are able to control the glasses in 3 different ways. So you can control them using voice commands. You can use them using the neural wristband. And you can also use the glasses as well using the side frame here. So you have a directional pad here that's going to go up, down, left, and right. So that's something that wasn't there in the previous generations. We only had left and right. So now we have up and down motions, which are going to make the navigation of the menu on the Meta Ray-Ban displays possible. Question number 8 is, what do I think the best feature so far of the Meta Ray-Ban displays is? And in my opinion, the best feature of the Meta Ray-Ban displays by far is the live translation feature. And the reason I say that is because most of the other features just help you through your daily life. And what I mean by that is the other features kind of just blend in with the rest of your daily life, such as if you want to take a photo or a video, you're able to do that. You know, if you want to ask Meta, some kind of information using the AI features or just basic information, you can easily do that. However, it's actually life-changing and game-changing when you can talk to somebody that speaks a complete different language than you, and you're able to communicate and get something done. Hey, Meta. Text Vanessa New. Vanessa New. Vanessa New. Their name is Vanessa New. Hey, Meta. Send a message. Vanessa New. Vanessa. Vanessa New. Wow. On camera. This didn't work, guys. Somebody just sent me a message. I was not able to send the message back like I'm able to do on the regular Ray-Ban Metas. It's not good. Wow. Oh, you guys just seen that live. Alright, so my girlfriend Vanessa just tried to send me, or didn't try, she sent me a text message. I received it. I seen it in the display right now, and I tried to respond. And the way that I tried to respond was asking Meta to send a message to her, and it basically couldn't find who I was talking about or didn't know what I was saying. Now, I think this could be a iOS integration issue, an iMessage issue, but man, that's horrible because the Ray-Ban Metas do it seamlessly, and I mean beautifully, to where you don't even have to think about it. It actually feels like you're not even using tech, like if you're able to just say it and it just happens. So, wow, you guys seen that live? That's not good. I'm going to go ahead and test that further and see if that just happened to happen with her or that was a glitch. But if that's the case, that's not good. And I'll let you guys know in the full review, so stay tuned. If you're able to order them without a demo. And the answer is yes, you can. However, I would recommend, again, doing the demo just so you can properly size the wristband and the frames. However, if you do know your size, or you want to just guess and hope that you get it right, you can go into Best Buy again or the participating retailers, and if they don't have them there in stock, you can order them. So yes, you can order them without the demo. Do they overheat? And that's a great question. The answer is no, not so far. And used them all day in the sun, and it was a 95-degree day, and they did not overheat once. So awesome. 10 is, can you get prescription lenses? And the answer is yes. You can get prescription lenses, if I'm not mistaken, from -4 to +4. Go ahead and check the website. All the information for the prescription lenses that are available are on the website. And yeah, you are able to get those. And I know that's extremely important to people who wear glasses, obviously. I'm not a glasses wearer, so I don't wear glasses normally. But so I don't have prescription lenses, but yes, they are available. I answered earlier. However, I'm going to go ahead and answer it again because someone asked this specifically, and that was what size frame and neural band do I have? So again, I have the size standard frames, and this is what they look like. I think they fit pretty good. They don't look too big or bulky like the larges would. And again, I have the size 2 or medium neural wristband. And again, it fits really snug and great. Now, again, I kind of answered this in the previous question. The next question is, how's the fit and feel? Like I said, they kind of slide off a little. However, they are, I don't feel like they're going to fall off. I feel like they do grasp my head, for lack of a better word, really good. Now, they are really bendable. So, this size frame could actually fit, a pretty big head. So, the large size glasses are going to fit an extremely big head. I don't think I have too big of a head, but I like to think I have a normal size head. So yeah, the standard size frames fit really good. Again, the large frames looked really, really big. They actually were so big that my eyebrows were actually inside of the lenses. So yeah, they looked really, really big. Something else that someone asked me was, in terms of the different frame sizes, is the frames longer this way? And the answer is no. The difference in the standard and large is only the width, not the length. All right, moving on to the next question, that is there a fingerprint issue? So since these glasses aren't matte and they do have a shiny finish, do they get fingerprints on them a lot? And I have to say, yeah, they pretty much do get a lot of fingerprints on them. I mean, it's not out of control. It's the normal amount of fingerprints that you would get on a pair of shiny, regular glasses. All of my Ray-Ban Meta generation glasses that I have were matte, and I really like the matte option better. If these were available in matte, I probably would have got these in matte, but they aren't. They're only available in shiny black, so I went ahead and got those. Or again, sand, which looks like a pretty cool color, but black's neutral and it's going to go with everything. So to answer is there a fingerprint issue? Yeah, but nothing, worse than what your normal sunglasses would be. All right, moving on to the next question. It is it awkward having a display in only one eye? And I have to say, it isn't awkward at all. Being able to just glance down and then continuously move on with my day, just seems seamless. It doesn't get in my way at all. It doesn't interfere with my eyesight. So in fact, it's quite the opposite. It's extremely handy and useful having that quick display, being able to turn it on and off with the neural wristband, and being able to glance at the information that you need in a split second, and again, turn it right back off and keep going on with your day, is extremely useful. So no, it isn't awkward at all having it in one display rather than two. Obviously, I'd rather have it in both displays. I think that would look extremely awesome. And speaking of that, I know Meta is working on a pair of glasses that will have displays in both lenses, which is codenamed Project Orion. And right now, they already actually have those glasses in a prototype. However, so far, they've only been able to bring the price range down to about $10,000. So obviously, they're not ready for release yet. No one's going to pay that. So anyways, back to the question, is it awkward having a display in one eye? No. All right, the next question, and this is a question I actually had myself, and it is, can you purchase the neural wristband separately? So let's say that your girlfriend's a size 1 and you're a size 3, and you want her to be able to switch off with the glasses, and she doesn't want to buy a physical pair for herself. So would I be able to buy a size small band and just switch the bands off? So if she used them, she could use the size small band, the size 1 small band, and then when I use them, I can use the size 2 medium band. And the answer is no. So the glasses pair with the band, and you can't unpair them and pair a different band with it. And also, Meta will not allow you to purchase a separate wristband just by itself. Now, I contacted Meta directly and asked them, and they said that yes, this is correct, that you cannot purchase a neural wristband separately, that you would have to exchange your whole model if you got a too big or too small a size band. So you couldn't just, let's say you purchased the Meta Ray-Ban displays and you got the wrong band, you can't just say, hey, I'm going to go ahead and send the band back, just send me the right size band and I'm going to keep the glasses. You can't do that. You're going to have to send the whole unit back and get a whole nother unit. All right, guys, sorry about that. I had to switch cameras. My Pocket 3 overheated. Now, to be fair, I do have it pretty much in almost direct sunlight. So, all right, so now what I was saying was that One thing that I think is pretty cool about these Meta Ray-Ban displays is that they're not paired to an ecosystem, which I know they are paired, I guess, to Meta's ecosystem, but I'm saying in terms of Apple and Android. So I pretty much can guess that when Samsung releases their smart glasses, they're probably going to release them only for Samsung devices, I would imagine. Maybe not. And I imagine the same with Apple. Apple's going to release their glasses just for Apple and just for iOS devices, right? So they're technically going to be locked to an ecosystem. Now, these are just my guesses. Both of them could be open to, be connected to both via Bluetooth rather than, closed off in an ecosystem. However, I think Apple and Samsung will both try to close their glasses off to their ecosystem. That way you'll have to, it's just another reason to join their ecosystem. So, right now Meta's asking you and pretty much almost forcing you, I guess, to join the Meta ecosystem. However, most people are already part of the Meta ecosystem in terms of Facebook and Instagram. Now, I know a lot of people don't use WhatsApp, and that's basically what they're trying to push as, your voice calling and messaging assistant on the glasses. However, I don't use WhatsApp. I actually have a WhatsApp account and a WhatsApp number, but I don't think I've ever used it. But, seeing them not tied in to an ecosystem due to the fact that they're from a third-party company and not Samsung and Apple is pretty cool to see for now. And like I said, I don't think that's the way it's going to be in the future. Now, oddly enough, that brings me to my next question that I got asked, and that is, how do I like using the Meta ecosystem inside of the glasses? And I have to say that it's somewhat limiting. I really like to see, iMessage and everything else working 100% properly to where you can respond to messages. I should be able to FaceTime somebody, right on my glasses. And I know video chat and video calling is going to be coming soon. There's also going to be the ability to text and respond to text messages via the neural wristband, which is an awesome feature that Mark Zuckerberg tried to demo. And I have to say, it was ridiculous. The demo, the live demo, was absolutely horrible. Every single feature, well, I shouldn't say every single feature, I think 2 out of all the features that he demoed actually worked. And the last and final question that I've been asked the most is, would you recommend these for $800? And I have to say, yes, for the technology that's in here, Meta has really put a nice price tag on here. I could see these going for $1,000 and actually still selling the exact same way that they are. So yeah, it's a pretty good price for the tech that's in here. It's basically, if you order, what is it, the Oakley Vanguards that are coming out, what are they, $499 if I'm not mistaken? So if those are $500, these are only $300 more and you get a display. So, in my opinion, they are worth it. And yeah, I would say that I do recommend them. If someone asked me, hey, would you recommend buying these if I was standing next to them in the store and I had them on, and then, they were like, I see you have a pair, would you recommend me getting them? I would tell them, yeah, I do recommend getting the Ray-Ban displays. However, I would tell them very quickly that they will be, using the Meta ecosystem pretty heavily in terms of the display, but I would still recommend them though. All right, guys, so I hope I answered at least one of the questions that you had for the Meta Ray-Ban displays. And if not, go ahead and leave the question down in the comment section, and I will make a part 2 video answering your questions. Now, again, this is just a Q&A video. I am going to be doing a full review, an extensive full review of the Meta Ray-Ban displays. So make sure you hit that subscribe button and bell notification to be notified of that future content. I'd like to thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one.